What's up everyone, this is Francois here from PlayerEssence.com, and today we're going to be talking about Nintendo and Square Enix's relationship based on a couple games that could be coming to Nintendo NX. So, Final Fantasy XIV, a Realm Reborn's producer, said that he is open to bringing his game to Nintendo NX just as long as he finds out when the release date actually is and seeing Nintendo's policies with crossplay, but the negotiations aren't started yet. But Nintendo has been very open to crossplay with the Wii U and 3DS, so I don't think there's any issues there, and it really seems like Nintendo is aiming for a 2016 release for the Nintendo NX, but that's yet to be seen. But the relationship between Square Enix and Nintendo seems to be good. We have a lot of developers coming out either announcing games like Dragon Quest XI and saying, hey, it's coming to the system, then saying considering later after they realize that they're under NDA and they're not supposed to be talking about that type of stuff. But that's good. That's something that Nintendo needs. With the Wii U, they didn't really get any of that from Square Enix. They had Dragon Quest X, and that was paid for by Nintendo, and they also had Deus Ex, but that was really not much. But the fact that we're getting Dragon Quest XI and Dragon Quest X, and possibly Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn, that's really good because Nintendo systems have lacked these type of games recently, especially with the Wii and the Wii U. So if Nintendo was able to get these type of games, especially from Square Enix, now we've had Dragon Quest, which is awesome, but Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, that's something that would never come to a Nintendo system, and it's an MMO, so that's definitely a good thing. Nintendo needs as many great RPGs and MMOs as they can get, but I like this relationship that's forming between Square Enix and Nintendo, and they've always had a good relationship, believe it or not. Now, there was some rough patches back in the day, but I really do believe that is over with. A lot of people talk about how Square Enix is still mad about that. I don't really think it's that at all, just because of how well they work together on the 3DS. They've put out a lot of games on the 3DS. They've sold well, stuff like Bravely Default. They've worked together on that. There's been Final Fantasy spin-off games on the 3DS. I think Explorers is coming to North America at this point now, and there's been plenty of other games that they've put out on there. So I think that whole thing is over with, and hopefully Nintendo and Square Enix can form a relationship to where they get back to producing a lot of games on a Nintendo system, just because Square Enix is really turning things around, and I'm really liking what they're doing. Their E3 was fantastic, and if they can continue to make games that look as great as Final Fantasy XV and Kingdom Hearts and the new Nier game with Platinum Games, that's awesome. That's something that I would love to have on a Nintendo console. So it's one of those things where Square Enix and Nintendo, I think they could have a good relationship and they could make a lot of money together, because really that's what it is in the end of things. It's just a business. And with the Xbox One not doing so good in Japan, and the PS4 also doing way better than the Xbox One but not great, I think it would be good for Square Enix to actually team up with Nintendo, because the Nintendo NX could easily sell as much or near what the current competition has out, even with the Wii U, in a relatively short amount of time if Nintendo plays their cards right. So I think just in general it's a good business move by Square Enix, because why are you going to only release games for one system in Japan? We're just talking about the Japanese market here. Obviously these games are coming worldwide and stuff like that, or already out. But why would you be releasing new games in such a small install base in Japan on just the PS4? If Nintendo has a system that's capable of, you can put that game on that system too and make more money. But that's the reason why I think it's a good business decision for Square Enix to hop on this NX bandwagon. And if they feel that the system isn't up to par or anything, they can always leave later on. But at least at the beginning, try it out, see how their games sell, and make some more money, because the PS4 doesn't have a huge install base in Japan either. I just like the fact that Nintendo and Square Enix are working together on games, and that's what I want to see more. I want to see more developers come out and say, hey, yeah, we're looking at the system, we're considering it, hopefully we can put something together, and that's more than the Wii U got, because the Wii U had some really good launch titles. There were some ports that were kind of old and stuff like that, but you didn't really see a lot of developers outside of Nintendo's own organized and clearly scripted stuff for like at E3 and all that come out and say, oh yeah, this is amazing. Like, you had a few here and there. A lot of them were Western developers, and it just didn't seem right at some times. But with Square Enix, they're just coming out and saying things and being very casual about it at times. So there's definitely something up. There's something going on, and hopefully it continues. So we can see Kingdom Hearts and we can see Final Fantasy XV and maybe more on the Nintendo NX, because that would be fantastic. Alright, so that wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please hit that like button. Let me know you guys want more videos just like this one. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence if you're someone new, because right here you're going to get a bunch of news on Microsoft, Sony, and of course Nintendo. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.